Well, we certainly work hard all week as Americans, so when it comes time to having fun, we love to be entertained on the weekends, whether it's sporting events, music concerts, or travel. Life's experiences are really what makes it go round. That is the focus of this week's Money Talks, how you and your family can save on entertainment.
Cheering on our favorite team, going somewhere special, or just saving a buck when going to the movies, there are deals out there if you know what to look for. And one of the best at finding those deals is certified financial planner Neil Vinoy.
Absolutely. The best way to save money on events is look for free events. Here where I live, there are free movies, free concerts all the time in the summer and the spring and even into the fall. So look for free events.
And even if it's not free, look for any money off that you can get. It all adds up at the end of the year.
You also want to ask for discounts. When you're going somewhere, don't be shy to ask if there are any discounts for seniors or for students or for service members. It never hurts to ask if there are discounted tickets available.
So if you don't fall into one of these categories, that's when Neil says it's time to get creative.
You also want to check with your credit cards or any membership services you're a part of, like a club, for example, AARP or AAA. Right now, I know that baseball fans can save up to 50% on certain home games for Texas Rangers, so you can call AAA and ask about that.
And planning a vacation can be very stressful and very expensive, so why not let the deal take you somewhere?
My wife and I, the way we like to travel is look for the best deals, the biggest discounts currently, and let that dictate where we go. If you want to go to, let's say, a Caribbean cruise, you don't want to do it the high season when most people do it. Or if you want to go to Europe, you don't want to go in the summer. Look for where the biggest discounts are and let that lead you somewhere that'll save you money and give you a good experience.
All good advice from Neil, and a lot of the blogs that I read on saving money for travel recommended a second job as your travel fund, or cut out eating out or buying coffees for a few months. Combine that with savings from a cheap travel deal, and you'll be surprised how far that money can go.